Okay, so let's see. What are we gonna go over today? We're gonna take a look to the next 2 days' news real quick, why it's important, and why it could be a potential sit back and watch day. Today is kind of a dull day on news. We can take a look at it today. It already hit. We had the initial. This isn't the actual non-farm, the NFP report. This is the. It's like a pre-release of the report. It moves the market a little bit, but nothing great. 9 o'clock, we got the non-manufacturing ISM non-manufacturing PMI. Blah blah blah. Can't talk today. But anyway, that one's going to move the market a little bit. What we really want to talk about is tomorrow. Is what's going on tomorrow. Okay, this only happens once a quarter, and it's the BOE inflation report, then the monetary policy statement, inflation report. All of this is stuck right here together. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. my time, 7 a.m. Eastern. Wait, 8:16, yeah, good. So yeah, 9 a.m., 7 a.m. Eastern time. You about an hour, maybe 2 hours before this, you want to sit back and watch. This is going to be a huge report that comes out. Like I said, it's only once a quarter, and it's more of one of those, unless you're committing account suicide or you really love trading news, I would be careful and not dick around during this time tomorrow, and even an hour before. So you European traders actually do have something to watch out for, and if you're a U.S. trader and you get up early, you want to avoid trading during this time. Markets are going to be funky, most likely up into starting around let's see 6 or 7, backed it off 5 or 6 Eastern time. You might see markets start to get a little bit wonky. That covers tomorrow. Now Friday is the standard Friday report at the beginning of the month, which is the NFP. Now this is one of the fastest, this is one of the fastest moving reports out there. Not fastest moving reports. It makes the market move a lot. Like literally, you can get a 50 pip jump up, 50 pip jump down, back and forth for a little bit before it decides direction and moves. So it's definitely one you don't want to be trading on. That will be at 8:30 a.m. on the Eastern time. And you can see it's CAD and USD. We get a whole rapid fire bunch of news at the same time. The two big ones that really affected are this one by itself will just make everything move, but the unemployment rate also. If it is a drastic change, it can definitely make the market move. Unemployment change, I don't really foresee anything big changing. It's probably going to hold, I'd say, at 5%, and I think that's what they're saying too. It's going to move up and down a little bit, but the unemployment rate's been holding pretty steady. But the NFP, yeah, I don't trade during that at all. Like Fridays, tomorrow, that Friday will, unless I have charts, I won't be trading. Other than that, I was going to briefly talk about money management, and when I say briefly, I'm going to do it briefly, because I'll lead this up. Copy, share Dropbox link. Most of you already probably have this. That's the Dropbox link to the spreadsheet I'm going to show you. There are several different ways to do money management. The one that I prefer the most is updating your balance after every trade to a 135% of how you're going to trade. Just asking, does anyone not know about money management? Understand it? Have issues with it? We'll give it a second because I'm on a delay. I'm used to Twitch because Twitch's delay is like 2-3 seconds, but this one's delay is sometimes 30-40 seconds. If you don't know what that means, just ignore that I'm talking. Actually, what I'm doing is, before we get into this, I'm going to pause the recording, and I am going to go potty. I gotta piss. Okay, so I'm back. Got my pee-pee out of my system. We're going to talk about money management real quick, guys. This is just going to be basic, simple. I will link this spreadsheet into the video wherever it ends up. If you're in my group, you already have this shit. Basically, if you know me, you know that, let's see, last week I had a shit week. I ended up negative 7% down because I ignored this spreadsheet, and I also ignored my rules of freaking revenge trading. I just got frustrated. Week before that, I didn't do great, but I didn't do bad. I stuck to my money management, and I didn't break any rules. So the difference between the two is a losing week and a almost barely above break even week, which is going to happen. I had some personal issues going on with the death in the family, so my head wasn't quite in the whole trading thing, and I probably shouldn't have been trading at all. I guess that does bring up a good point too. If your head isn't in it, like you cannot focus, personally, I'd say don't be trading. I was a great example of that because my head wasn't in it at all, and I wasn't patient. I was aggravated. I was getting frustrated. I was taking trades I shouldn't have because, like, when I reviewed my charts on Friday, which is another point, set up a time to review your charts Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever. But make sure you do it after the fact when basically you're no longer mad, you're no longer upset, you're no longer happy, you're no longer overjoyed. You want to be able to take a look at your charts in a without emotions involved, so you can just basically break down your trades realistically without emotions involved, not evolved. Yeah, I can't talk. Okay, so let's talk about this little spreadsheet. What do? Basically, all you have to do is you put in your balance here. After every single trade, you'll update your balance. So let's say it's 3260 and we win, so it goes to, I don't know, 3380. It changes your trade sizes for you. How do you decide your trade sizes? That's entirely up to you. For some of you guys in my group, we do have the trade classification spreadsheet. I'll bring that up real quick. But the idea here is, just so you know what I'm talking about, that's the trade classification spreadsheet. If you're in my group and you need it, let me know. But it basically tells you what to do on each trade. Okay, so back to where we were, the spreadsheet. The important part of this spreadsheet is if you're on a winning streak, your trade size will grow with each trade. Now, that's great. It helps your account grow faster. And when I mean faster, if you're doing just a set amount each time, your growth is, it grows, but hey, sir, how's it going? We're just doing a quick coverage of money management. I'm recording it. We covered also the news. It's in the recording over the next 2 days. Just since you came in, and I know you trade and you're Europe, remember tomorrow is BOE. It's a quarterly report that is basically larger than the NFP. That's going to be at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, so be very, very careful tomorrow. Friday's NFP. How's the baby going? And tomorrow's Friday NFP, so make sure to be careful then too. Thursday and Friday, they might be no trades days for me. Depending on how it moves the market, I might do Forex, but I have the feeling if the market moves like I think it's gonna, then it's gonna be a binary options no-go day. Because the market's gonna be out of freaking whack for about 2 hours before the report hits, and then I am expecting some huge spike outs. So that's gonna wipe out all the confluence levels for the day. Okay, so back to where we were. Money management, guys. Like I said, 2 weeks ago when I followed my money management, had a shitty week. I broke barely above even. The week after that, when I was frustrated and I didn't follow it, I tossed everything out the window, money management and my rules. Then I came in negative 7%. I lost a nice chunk of money. So the reason we want to use the spreadsheet, this is basically your freaking Bible, because if you are we know how trading goes. You'll get on a winning streak, like you get 7, 10 trades in a row, you win. This will let your account grow rapidly without loss. As soon as you take one loss, though, you need to update your balance. So 3380, and let's say we drop to 3280 because we lose a $100 trade. We immediately drop our trade size, because what's that do? It means the next trade you're still going to be in your percentages according to your account balance, but you're decreasing your trade size, so that affects your drawdown. Your drawdown is not going to be as harsh. Just like your account will grow faster, it will shrink faster. I see a lot of you guys when you send me charts, your trade size is straight up across the board. You're doing like $10, $10, $10. You're using Markets World too. You can go in and edit it, and I literally mean do the $98.40, $32.08 or 80 cents. That little bit of chump change, the dollar or two difference, adds up in the end. Over a month, by increasing and decreasing your size to account for your balance, it's gonna definitely help you. especially on drawdown. If you're doing flat trades of $10 and you're hitting 60% and you're not following the money management, you can actually come in negative. Even though you're hitting like 60% where you should be breaking even, if you're sticking to flat trades, you can come in the red. So you need to have your trades reflect your balance so that 60 to 65%, depending on your broker, that can go as high as 70%, keeps your money management in line. I had a guy doing 64%, but he was literally, his account was only up $6 off of $100 trades. So he was not following money management. He was using flat trades. If you use flat trades, your wins and losses don't equal out. By adjusting your trade size to your balance, that balances out the equation of you need 60% ITM to be profitable if your trade sizes are right. If your trade sizes aren't right and you're hitting 60, 65%, there's still a chance, depending on how you're doing it, you could come in the red. So the biggest thing you can do, whether you're on demo, real, dicking around, paper trading, whatever, is follow this. It's like a wheel. If you take out this part of it, the wheel's broken and it won't turn. So, I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. Basically, what it comes down to. This is not optional. You need to follow it. You need to use it. You need to change it every trade. And if you can't, it's just you're not going to succeed. Money management is the most difficult freaking thing you're going to have to deal with. I have people in the TA room who know how to trade but make no money because they cannot get a grasp around money management. They will literally make $700 in a day and then take 3 trades that wipe out their profits for the day. So they basically just spent 4 or 5 hours in front of a computer and wasted their damn time because they weren't following good money management. And they'll do a martingale, which last week is what buried me. I was so pissed off at the end of the week, I took a martingale trade and it buried my account. I went from a 4% to a 7% loss. So that sums up my preaching for the day on this. Like I said, this is just going to be a brief one. I do have a coaching in about 26 minutes. Do we have questions on it? Anything on whatever it is, money management, anything. I'm going to stop the recording. I'll still be in live chat, but if you watch the recording, the link will be wherever I post it for the spreadsheet. But again, guys, you don't use this. Think of it as a wheel. You've got what? You have first your trade size, your account balance, I don't know, just it's part of the wheel. If it's missing, you can't trade. You have to stick by it. You have consistency, which is your 60% or above, your money management, and then not martingale revenge trading. So I guess you could say it's you have 3 parts of a wheel, and without any of them, you fail. And I mean you fail completely. So that's my preaching soapbox warning for the day, just because last week I failed and blew it all out. Let me pause the recording. Thanks for watching.